in Toronto should have guilty consciences, because now they can make up because they were underachievers. They could welcome the playoffs. They can hardly wait to get them started, and I think it's going to be a rough, tough series. When I coached, I wanted to set the tone for the first 5 minutes, and then I took over from there. That's what those guys will try to do. Watch Mike send the guys out there right off the bat.
We're going to do that next.
Good.
Coming up, we will send Quebec to Madison Square Garden, New York to see the Canadians and the Rangers. And as said, the rest of the nation joins the Leafs and the Blues at Maple Leaf Gardens on Molson Hockey Night in Canada on CBC.
Else is a Pepsi.
Highlights throughout the night from Philadelphia and from New York. We're set now for the Blues and the Leafs, and our host at Maple Leaf Gardens this evening is Scott Oake. Scott, to you.
Ron, thank you. Leafs and Blues meeting in the playoffs for the 5th time. Last time these teams met in the postseason was a division final in 1993, and it went the distance, Leafs winning it 4-3. Situation is roughly the same as it was 3 years ago, as these teams are once again evenly matched, and few would be surprised to see this series go the full 7 games. There is, though, a disparity in coaching experience here. St. Louis's Mike Keenan has a whole lot of it. He also has the respect of his Toronto counterpart, Nick Beverly.
There's no question that I have to be aware of Mike Keenan's experience, but I can't be afraid of it either. I have to just go and do my job the very best I can, the same as I ask the players to do. And the other coaches have done a tremendous job in the game prep, and we feel we're ready to go.
Well, it is for us. We've had a real trying season, not only the changes we've made, but the fact that we've been the most injured team during the course of the year with 270-man games lost. It's been a trying season in terms of putting it together, and we have an opportunity now.
As we mentioned earlier, little to choose between the Leafs and Blues this season. Both teams finished with 80 points, but the Leafs get home ice advantage because of more wins than the Blues had. That has us set then for Game 1 here at the Gardens, and here are Bob Cole and Harry Neal.
Thank you, Scott, and the two coaches you just talked about and you people heard from are starting their top lines. In goal, Grant Fuhr. If you want to talk about playoff experience, well, you certainly have it here. 119 playoff appearances. At the other end, Felix Potvin. He is playing in his 4th playoff season. He shows a pretty good record against St. Louis in 21 career games. Against the Blues, 10-5-4. And there's Rob Schick, the referee. Pat Capuzzo, Brian Murphy on the line. Gilmore, Sundin, and Clark for the Leafs. Gretzky, Hull, and Corson, the top line for St. Louis. The Leafs go in hitting right off the bat. Clark trying to dump it in front of Fuhr. Loose puck comes near the blue line, and here is Hull. Fakes the shot to Gretzky. Hull! Oh, the blocker saved by Potvin. And Clark is down on a 2-on-1 with Sundin. Tried the net. Sundin can't center it. What a start. Only 30 seconds. We've had a pair of pretty good hits. And a good scoring chance for Toronto, shaping again. Right in front, Elliott. The backhander is blocked by Grant Fuhr. I'll tell you this, folks. This is a playoff crowd here at Maple Leaf Gardens. And what a start. 50 seconds of playoff hockey.
The playoffs are on, and both teams had the best first shift of a first game I've seen in a long time. The Toronto Maple Leafs had an excellent opportunity. Dave Elliott comes in off the point and gets a backhand here that Fuhr somehow stops. And at the other end, Brett Hull wired one that went off the shaft of the stick of Potvin, and Wendell Clark, who the playoffs bring out the best in, gets the first big hit on Murray Barron of the 96 playoffs for the Leafs versus the Blues.
And the face-off deep in St. Louis zone to the left of Fuhr. Muller for the Leafs. Zazzle for St. Louis. Muller won it cleanly. Shot from the point. Gill moving up again. This one is deflected high over the glass into the crowd.
Let's have a look at the lineups tonight. The St. Louis Blues. Coach Mike Keenan will rely heavily on the first 4 of these 6 defensemen. Wells and Huddy won't play as much. They have 2 very powerful lines offensively, and then they have 2 lines that are big, strong, and are very conscientious defensively, and Tony Twist comes back to give them some toughness.
Muller remains on, as does Peter Zezel. Muller won the first one. The Blues control the second one. They get it to the line to Leach. He's 27. Ahead to Cardinal, but he was bumped trying to give chase. He got in there very quickly. Gagne for the Maple Leafs. Moving it to the line, and he got it out, and Leach was there at center to shoot it back in. Blues not credited with a shot on goal, although Potvin got his blocker on a hot one from Hull. Might have been wide of the net. This one will go right on Potvin. He'll hang on to it with Jeff Cardinal coming in, and a bit of a late hit. Drawing a little crowd. Nothing develops.
Well, the Toronto Maple Leafs will have been disgustingly healthy all season long. We'll go with the veteran 6 defensemen. All 6 will play pretty well equally. The 4 forward lines look like this. The only change from the last game in the season, Craig in for Kolesar. And here is the last little problem in front of the net. Todd Gill runs Jeff Cardinal out of the way. And both teams are trying to establish themselves physically.
Adam Creighton is number 20 for St. Louis. Convery, number 12 for the Maple Leafs on that draw. The third lines for the two teams on there now. We are nearing the 2-minute mark of the opening period in Game 1 of the best of 7. The Western Conference quarterfinal. No score. The Maple Leafs shoot it in. Warner on the left wing boards. McCown near the line. Trying to keep the puck in there, but he won't do it. They get onside, and Domi lifted one in. Charlie Huddy takes a bump from Warner. Domi in on the boards, hitting his man. Wells having to back up for St. Louis. It'll be Huddy starting away. Up to Noonan. Nice pass to Creighton. Creighton finding no room against McCown. McCown blocked his tracks, and he's back up for Toronto. Winding up. Pure missed it, but it missed the net. Leafs come back to pick it up. The pass behind Clark. He didn't see it in time to make a good play. Shot it away. Icing has been waved off. And Barron played it up to Hall. He's nailed by Clark. McKenna blocked by Potvin. Oh, yes. This one is shaping up to be a dandy.
Hello, Wendell. Did he ever knock Red Hall down with a great body check at the St. Louis blue line? Not very often can you catch Hall as careless as he is right here. And Wendell stacks him up just inside the line. And Wendell Clark has the ability when he plays like this to elevate the performance of his teammates and get the fans going.
Gretzky on the face-off for St. Louis. Gilmore for the Maple Leafs. Into the corner. The puck loose for a moment. Centered. Clark has his man tied up at the blue line. Al McInnes. The Maple Leafs are on it. It's Gilmore. He had to feed it back. Ellis shot it to an open wing. There's Gilmore taking it from Sundin. Gilmore waiting. Into Sundin. And Clark has it. Out front it comes. Hall can't clear it. Schneider ripped the shot. Rebound! Pure sensational on the 2 chances by Toronto. And the play is going offside at the Toronto blue line. Grant Fuhr is hot.
You're looking at one Canadian. At a time when almost 30 million others each have their own individual dreams, goals, and challenges. Someday this Canadian will grow up and face important decisions about managing money, owning a home, and starting a family. And he's sure to have his own unique way of looking at things. Now, he may not know it, but this little Canadian is the reason Royal Bank Financial Group develops products and services that match each customer's personal financial needs. Some will be just right for him, some more suited to others of our 9 million customers. It's how Royal Bank Financial Group helps Canadians with their financial needs, one customer at a time.
The first goal of the Stanley Cup playoffs is from former Blue Dale Hawerchuk. Hawerchuk and Leclerc combine on the goal. Dale gets it to Leclerc. He jams it on Pupa, and then Hawerchuk follows in at 55 seconds. Philadelphia leads the Lightning. Bob and Harry.
Thank you, Ron. That Hawerchuk has been hot since switching the shirts. Well, we are coming up to the 4-minute mark of the first period here at Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto. No score in this first game. The Blues, Wells from the line, shot deflected wide. That is McTavish back in the net. McTavish hooked it at the goal on the backhand. Grabbed in the corner by Pearson. He left it around the net again. Yuskevich takes a hit. Can't get it out. Pearson and the referee having a tough time getting away from each other. It is McTavish trying to center it, and the play is stopped. Rod Schick called the play. Net off behind Potvin.
I don't think there's a penalty. There's a net off. The St. Louis Blues knocked it off, so the face-off will be outside. If the St. Louis Blues are to win this series, here's what I think they have to do. Doug Gilmour's been the best Leaf lately. You got to shut him down. The Blues' third and fourth lines must produce some offense. I think they're better than the Leafs' third and fourth lines. They are the second most penalized team in the league. Stay out of the box and don't give the Leafs an advantage there. And in close to Potvin, get some traffic and go high on rebounds or close-in shots.
So the face-off is outside the line. 4:03 into the first. The Blues just the one shot so far. The Leafs 4 beauties. And the Fuhrer was great. Muller dumping it in. Grant Fuhrer is out of the net. Wings it up on the glass. And it gets out. Zazzle will carry to center and dumping it in for Cordnell. Cordnell for Zazzle behind the net. Took it on his skate. Took a hit on the shoulder from Gardner. The Blues attacking, and this one is deflected over the glass again. Into the crowd.
Well, for the Leafs to win, here are some things I think they have to be successful at. First of all, you got to control Gretzky and Hull. These two guys are the most dangerous players in this series by far, especially on the power play. Wear down this Blues defense, especially McInnes. They play 4 a lot more than 6. Take advantage of the fact that they like to pinch. Chip that puck off the glass into the neutral zone. You'll get some 2-on-1s. And if St. Louis is going to continue the parade to the penalty box, the Leafs' power play has to be good.
Creighton wins the draw. Quick shot is blocked by Potvin. Well, Potvin doesn't look too shabby in there either. He hasn't had too much work to do yet. He had one pretty good blocker save, but have missed the net from Hull, and that was a nice glove hand.
Well, you have to win the draw. If you start too often without the puck, you're going to get burned, especially in face-offs in your own end.
He dropped it in, and Todd Gill moves up, but he overskated it. Then he went right in front of the net to give it to Gagne. His pass is intercepted. Noonan golfed it back in. And Murphy takes over for Toronto. Murphy coming out. Up through the middle. Kind of had to hurry that pass, and it didn't work, so he'll try it again. This time he rolled it to Gill, his defense partner. Up to Gagne. Here comes Todd Gill. Shot missed the far side. Murphy trying to dump it in. 2 Blues will get away to center. Coming in is Matteau, dropping it back. A good chance for Gretzky. He made the beautiful pass to Matteau, and he didn't quite know what to do with it. I think surprised him with it. Murphy up for Toronto, centering it. Could be a break, but Potvin will come out of the net. Matteau was coming out of his own zone, decided he wouldn't get there before Potvin. So he's gone on a change. Sundin comes in, missed it. Schneider playing it in deep back to the goal for Toronto, and McInnes to Hull. Coming out with Gretzky, right on the tape, that pass. Gretzky back to Hull. Can't get the shot, here's one! And Potvin stopped the low blast from Al McInnes. No score here. Let's go to Ron MacLean.
Okay, Bob, we're back to Philadelphia, where the Tampa Lightning are taking it on the chin in the first period of their first playoff game. Joel Otto on the power play from Desjardins, then Trent Klatt from Otto, and it's 3-0. The Flyers lead the Lightning.
Wayne Gretzky makes one of those plays coming up that only he can make. And you're right, Bob. Stefan Matteau wasn't quite ready for it. If he accepted that pass cleanly, it's 1-0.
He's not on there often with Gretzky. Somebody forgot to tell him to go to the net with the stick on the ice.
And that's where the puck will be.
Pronger moved up. Pass comes in front of the goal. And Doug Gilmour grabs it. Lead pass knocked down at center ice by Sundin. Can't control it against Pronger. And Kravchuk has it. An errant pass will go down for icing as Dave Ellett gets back. That's an icing call against the St. Louis Blues. Whoops.
Well, we ought to get a thank you note to Mr. Beverly, who is in charge of the matchups. He wants Gilmour against Gretzky, and Mr. Keenan isn't objecting. And that is the best news we can have for great hockey, when the two best lines play against each other. Hopefully it'll continue.
First penalty has been called, and it's coming to Schneider of the Maple Leafs. He's going to call it roughing.
Well, it was an after the whistle punch or shot that Schneider gave Corson. And it's coming up. The whistle's gone, you see. And you can't do that. I know it's a harmless little punch, a minor league shove. But the referee's telling you he doesn't want any trouble after the whistle. And that's a good way of telling us. Easier to do that, perhaps, than try and explain it. But if you're with the Leafs, you don't like that power play.
First power play belongs to St. Louis. There is no score. That penalty to Schneider at 6:16.
You don't see very many St. Louis Blues power play without Gretzky and Hull out there, but they're starting without him on this one.
Courtnall and Zezel and Leach, the forward line for St. Louis. The Leafs penalty killers. It'll be Kirk Muller along with Presley, Murphy, and McCown. Pronger and Charlie Huddy, the Blues defenseman. Weak shot into the catching hand of Grant Fuhr. Presley just tossed it in there. Nearly a giveaway, and Muller was the forechecking lead. Zezel. Blues slow, getting something going on the first power play of the game. Charlie Huddy is caught. Had to shoot it before he hit center. He lifted it a bit too high. So the faceoff will come just around the center ice red line.
Well, 24 seconds later, we get the #1 power play coming out. They had just finished the shift. So we got Al MacInnis, who may well be the best power play point man in the league. 53 goals in the last 3 years. That's more than any other defenseman in the National League.
So Wayne Gretzky gets ready to go to work.
9 days he was out with that bad back. He played the last game of the season in Chicago. Not 100%. Healthy enough to play here tonight.
Minute 36 left in the Leaf penalty, the first penalty of the game. No score. Al MacInnis going back to get a little time to start it off. Pass to Kravchuk. He'll dump it in. Gretzky on the boards with Corson, and MacInnis at the line. He won't stop it. McCown chopped it away. 1:15 left in the Schneider penalty. Blues moving up. Coming across center. Kravchuk had to weave his way to the far side. Now Gretzky goes in to send it over in front. Popping got a piece of that shot. MacInnis waits for the pass, which does not come to him. And the Leafs get it out of his own and down the ice.
It's hard to believe, Bob, with the 5 guys St. Louis can put out there, their power play is 18th in the National League at the success rate.
Leafs doing a great job killing this one off. 43 seconds left in the penalty. Gilmour back deep in his own zone. Out it goes again. Shot away by Ellett. 30 seconds left on the power play for the St. Louis Blues. Harmless so far. And here they come once more. Pass onto the stick of Gretzky. Had to reach back for it. Hull can't control it. And Todd Gill is there to get it out of his own again. 15 seconds left in the penalty. That's Gagne in harassing Al MacInnis, and he shook him off. Escapes through the middle. MacInnis to center. That's where you'll shoot it in from. And Corco missed it on the boards, and here's Gagne. Penalty over. Schneider is up there. Can't take the pass. Schneider gets a weak shot. Two teams changing it now. Another penalty called. This one against the St. Louis Blues. We have no score in the first period. We'll be back.
Jim McKay with another update from the 2020 Global Games. Little Jacqueline Keller captured the gold today on the highly uneven bars, while Austria's gentle giant Milos dominated the one-ton power lift. The highlight of the day so far was the record-breaking 300-meter dolphin relay.
The world of sports is ever evolving, but athletes of today can choose All Sport Body Quencher for fluid replacement, unsurpassed taste, thirst-quenching flavors.
Coming up later, the graduated hurdles.
What do the Gilmores do when Doug isn't playing hockey? They get around. And what's the Gilmores' secret? Exercise, a balanced diet, including the fresh, cold taste of milk.
What taste?
Why, thank you, Amy. That's why there's a move to milk.
New York Rangers, Bruce Driver with the shot, Thibault the save, but there is Pat Verbeek. First goal for New York. Messier also gets an assist, and they lead the Canadiens 1-0.
Well, the St. Louis Blues take their first penalty of this playoff, and Al MacInnis is the victim for slashing by the look of it, and the Leafs get a power play, and the power play for the Leafs has been pretty good lately.
St. Louis failed to get a shot on their power play. Let's see how the Leafs do on their first. They win the draw. Schneider, quick pass. Murphy shot. Deflected, knocked down in front of the net. Muller bodied away by Pronger, but here's Gartner. Around the goal, he mishandled it. Fanned on the pass. And the Blues get it out. Leafs poking at it. Put it by Murphy right into the corner, and Potvin left the net. Zezel was in there, dangerously close to the puck. Murphy. Pass ahead. Gagne missed it. Fior is out of the net. Had to play it. The Blues, Leach finding the opening. Down the ice it goes. 40 seconds gone in the St. Louis penalty. MacInnis for high sticking. He's in the box. Muller is coming in. The backhand pass intended for Gagne. He had to move to the boards to pick it up, and Murphy shot. Gets down in front of the net. The Blues are going to clear it out again. Down the ice. 1 minute left in the penalty. Still no score in this first period. Toronto forced back deep in their own zone. Sundin took the pass on a skate. Now he's away. Hitting center ice and shooting it in. Hall was back. He didn't have it. Shot, and Fior got his right skate out. Another one. He's down. Fior made the save. He went down, and Sundin put it up. Toronto.
Well, Matt Sundin, who had 6 points in 6 games against St. Louis this year, picks off a point shot rebound coming up right here, and with a little backhander, flicks it by Grant Fuhr, who had no chance on the rebound. Charlie Huddy a little slow picking up Sundin. Couldn't stop the backhand.
Matthew Schneider and Doug Gilmore.
Schneider and Gilmore assisting on the goal at 9:49. A power play goal. The Blues, Gretzky to Hall. He fanned on it with the checking of Jamie McCown, who lifted a stick in front of the net. Clark. Aaron thought he had him lined up. Clark sidestepped him. Gretzky is back at the net. Clark was very close. Corson is away offside, taking the pass. Sundin from Schneider and Gilmore. The Leafs lead 1-0.
Well, you can see the Leaf strategy, or at least part of it, led by Wendell Clark. How many times can you wrap Hull? Can you get Gretzky? And can you get Shane Corson? Corson, of course, is coming off a broken jaw. Here's the goal. And the St. Louis Blues allow Matt Sundin to stand there. Nobody ties him up. And watch this. If you're taking on the Blues in an even rush, Gretzky's probably going to pass him. McCowan played that and tied up Hull, so Hull couldn't get much wood on the pass across.
There's the scoring play. There's the scoring man. 1-0. Toronto getting the first goal. Through the regular season, the Leafs scoring first has been huge. Brown dumping it in. Cleared away on the boards by Wells. And out.
When the Leafs score first, they've won 29 of the 34 times they've won.
Warner trying to shot. That went by in front of Fjord. Conbury. There's going to be another penalty to St. Louis. Conbury handles it well. Trying to hook it back in front was Domi. The play is stopped, and here comes another power play for Toronto.
Well, the St. Louis Blues were second only to the New York Rangers in the number of times shorthanded this year. And they are continuing this evil trend here in the playoffs. Charlie Huddy is going to get a cross-checking penalty here. And halfway through the first period, the Leafs get their second power play. Take a look on the right-hand side of the screen, and you will see Charlie Huddy, the bearded number 22, knocks Ty Domi down with a cross-check. Here's a better look at it, coming up in front of the net right there. No need to do that. Tie him up, don't knock him down. It's the new rage for calls in the National League.
Chance for Toronto to go up 2 goals early in game 1. Huddy in the box, Gilmore, Sundin, Clark, Schneider, and Murphy. Schneider waiting, shooting, hit the stick. Fjord had to be careful with that one. Again, the play is whistled dead. Came off the boards, hit the side of the net as Fjord was getting over there fast. Nearly came in off his stick.
Well, I'm sure when the St. Louis Blues are seeing that their best players, Hull and Gretzky, are targets physically, it's just a question of time before Doug Gilmore gets the bullseye pointed on his back. And Murray Barron, a big strong boy, has got his eyes on Gilmore. This has all the earmarks, Bob, of being one of those classic series tough. Let's hope the referees allow the players to play.
It's the second power play of this first period for the Maple Leafs. The Blues have enjoyed one, and they didn't have a ball doing that. They failed to get a shot. And Toronto scored while Al MacInnis was off for high sticking.
Well, Wendell Clark's thrown more checks in this game than he did in the 13 previous games, and he avoids Jeff Horton all there. When Wendell plays physically, I don't think he has any idea how much of a motivating factor that is to his teammates, and he's doing it tonight.
Again, back to Schneider, quickly to Murphy. Shoots, that's off a stick and wide of the net. MacInnis coolly poked it ahead, far enough for Corson, he couldn't get it out. MacInnis took over and put it on Potvin. And now Murphy. Sundin to his right. Gilmore will take it away from him. Sundin is open. Gilmore trying to hit him with the pass. Schneider comes in, turns back a bit. Murphy is waiting along the line, but Schneider shoots it off the skate. Wide of the net. Only Schneider remains back at the line. And the Blues get it out and down the ice. 1:15 left on the power play for the Maple Leafs. Clark finding Murphy. And he got Gilmore. Sundin! Right on. And Fjord again had the angle on that shot. Stopped it.
Well, you can see very quickly why Grant Fuhr was voted by the St. Louis media as Player of the Year. And the St. Louis Blue players will tell you Fuhr should be one of the three, if not the top candidate for the Hart Trophy. 76 consecutive starts and played in 79 games this year to set an NHL record.
Boy, I spoke to him before the game when I arrived tonight. He looks so trim.
He does, doesn't he?
I said, Grant, you look great. He said, I'm as fit as I can possibly be for the playoffs. Developed, shoots, hit a skate, and went off to the corner, and Kravchuk got rid of it. Under a minute left in the penalty. 53 seconds.
One area the Blues got to get better in, Bob. They are losing most of the face-offs at even strength and when they're coming down.
Murphy comes up and slaps one in. Gagne kicked it up the net. Back in front of the goal. Gagne lost it. And shot away by Steve Leach. He continues on against Murphy. Zazzle is with him. Leach doing a pretty good job killing some time on this power play for Toronto. 24 seconds left in the penalty. Up comes Allen. Right wing, that's Gagne. Gardner with him, he's in. Gardner is there. Nobody can find it. It's kicked back of the net again. And Courtnall in heavy traffic failed to get it by Gardner. But Kravchuk will. 5 seconds left in the penalty. The Blues. Kravchuk coming all the way with it. Backhands it in behind the net for Courtnall. Up front of McKinnon. His hard shot off the glass and away back over center ice. The teams are at full strength now. The Toronto Maple Leafs are leading the Blues 1-0. The goal by Sundin on a power play from Schneider and Gilmore at 9:49.
On the run from the law.
Check the cargo. See it somewhere. Move it.
Captured by gun runners. Put him in chains. He wouldn't give up until he found a way to win back his honor. Jean-Claude Van Damme. The Quest. Starts Friday, April 26th at theaters everywhere.
It's time to play.
Roll up the rim to win.
At Tim Hortons, where everything's always fresh.
Even the prizes. Win.
One of 15 1997 Ford Escort LX sedans or wagons.
Roll up the rim to win. 5,000.
Trolley mountain bikes.
Or over 8 million Tim Hortons prizes.
Roll up the rim to win.
Drink the coffee first, people.
Roll up the rim to win. They're rolling off the line. I want to win a bike.
At the broadcast center is Don Cherry. That's where he'll be for Coach's Corner tonight with Ron McLean. And tonight on our Stanley Cup engravings, Michelle Bunny Larocque. Face off in the Leaf zone to the left of Felix Potvin. Leafs have had 9 shots compared to 3 by St. Louis. 6:46 left in the first period. Toronto up 1-0. Orson poked it in along the boards. Kept it in. That is Gretzky in the corner. Can't make the play. Fanned on the pass. It's out. Slapped back in, but play called. A high stick made contact.
I know I have sinned. Send me your money so I do not sin again.
Today, women who were men who steal their daughters' boyfriends.
Sure, I deserve 15 mil. I hit 3 out of the park last season.
Diet Pepsi has no diet aftertaste.
It leaves you with nothing but great taste.
The Leafs nearly pick up a giveaway inside the St. Louis line. Craig was in front. He took a shot, and Fuhrer kicked out the left pad. Knocked that away. Then fell on it.
One of the rare shifts by the Leafs' fourth line with Craig, Presley, and Kyprios. Presley playing center. Gilmore has already taken a few shifts at center on the fourth line, but the Blues are careless in their own zone. A bad pass starts it off, then Craig and Kyprios do some good forechecking, and Mike Craig will walk out of the corner with the puck as the two Blues don't know where it is, and he takes a bad angled shot. His Pierre had a little trouble with it. Look where Presley was for the rebound.
And again, the puck is knocked back in the net. Pearson took a high step. He stays on, looked to be hurt for a moment, grabbed his face, and there he is, number 12. Gets the puck out for Cecil. He and Courtnall get over the leaf line. Cecil's shot doesn't get through. Courtnall's shot, a high one, knocked down by Potvin. And cleared to the line, kept in now, and back of the net is Cecil. Courtnall passed it in there, and he's in front of the net. Takes his shot, and that's off his stick in front of Potvin. And again into the crowd.
Well, the St. Louis Blues finished with 1 win, 7 losses, and 4 ties. But against Chicago on Sunday night, they tied 2-2, outshot the Hawks badly, and to a man, they came into this game with much more confidence than they had in that downstretch. They're 24th in the National League in goals for, and that has been their nemesis all year long.
5 minutes, 43 seconds left in the first period. Toronto 1, St. Louis nothing. Wells the shot. Potvin didn't see the deflection. It hit the outside of the post and skipped off to the corner. Yuskevich and Warner get together. Convery stripped of it at center by Pearson. Potvin taking the look. He didn't see Cecil come up. Huddy into Cecil. Yuskevich knocked it away from Cecil, but at the line, Wells fanned on it, and Domi is away. He's in with Convery. Shoots! Going for the far side and missed it by inches. Courtnall is knocked down by McCown. There might be a penalty against McCown on that play. Fuhr's leaving the net. Here's Creighton trying to center it. Courtnall just missed it. Now they'll call the play. And the penalty is upcoming to the Maple Leafs. I think Jamie McCown.
Your response has been incredible. Over 80% of the tickets have been sold on the Princess Margaret Hospital Foundation Home Lottery. Don't wait one more day. Your $100 ticket is good for all draws. 11 fully furnished show homes, 59 vehicles, trips, boats, electronics, and the early bird prize, a Rolls-Royce Silver Spur sedan. Don't miss out. Call right now or pick up your ticket at one of these outlets. And thank you for your support of the Princess Margaret Hospital Foundation Home Lottery.
Things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter.
If you ship packages, things just got a whole lot easier. Introducing Puralink desktop shipping software from Purolator. Puralink calls for pickup, tracks your package, even prints your waybills. And Puralink is free. Call now for your copy.
Jamie McCown gets the minor for slashing.
Right in front of the penalty box, you're going to see McCowan right here take a hit from Jeff Courtnall and come back with the slash across the back of the legs. It's obvious Schick is going to lead the retaliatory players to the penalty box. He's done it twice already.
St. Louis once again with a man advantage. First power play, remember, they didn't get a shot at Potvin. Toronto has scored a power play goal, leading 1-0. Al MacInnes' shot. Here's Corson, scores! Corson got the rebound and fired a hard shot over the shoulder of Felix Potvin. We're tied at 1.
8 seconds into the power play, Shane Corson, who was tied second on the team in power play goals, puts it in. MacInnes just gets it on and toward the net, and it hit something on the way to the net, came right to Corson, who just flicked it in with a little wrist shot. Here's the MacInnes shot. There's Corson, will come into your picture here, number 9, and he just shoots a low one, but Potvin can't quite get his pads on. Corson missed 4 games with a broken jaw. This is the first game he's playing without the mask.
Todd Gill for Toronto gets the zone with Gilmore. Gilmore in the back of the net with it. McInnes poked it away for Creighton. Creighton comes up there with a quick pass to Manteau. He's in, nice in front, and Creighton is stopped by Potvin. The puck loose behind the net. The Leafs have it and get it up to Gilmore. Gilmore leaving it at center. Sundin and Clark. Clark trying to beat Barron. Comes back with it. The pass to Gill, who's in deep. Fuhr knocked that one away. Went to the line, and Murphy was backing up. 4 minutes left in the period. Corson has tied it from Gretzky and McInnes. 15-13. Potvin gloving another one this time with McTavish coming in. He holds it. It's a 1-1 tie with 3:50 left in the opening period.
Well, both these teams finished under 500. Both teams minus 2 games under 500, and they're trying to become the 16th team in NHL history to reach the Stanley Cup Finals after undergoing a below than 500 season. The last one, the 91 Minnesota North Stars. The previous one, Bob, the 82 Canucks.
Wow. Little patchwork just inside of the Leaf line before they have the face-off, which is deeper than that. To the left of Felix Potvin. We're ready. Sundin, the Leaf goal. Power play. Corson, the Blues goal. Power play. Two teams might get a message from that. 11-0. 5 rather of the shots in favor of Toronto. Louis 5. Toronto 11 at center. Muller, he has to wait for help. Gagner's in front with Gardner knocked flying. Fried. Dearly wanted a penalty call there with Gardner being checked. A good hit. Gardner got it out front. Muller tried to center it. Yuskevich from the blue line. And the Blues come back out. Pronger steps up, trying to shot off Leach. Leach takes it and lost it. And out it comes. Pronger back with Fuhr coming away out of the net. He didn't want to wait for Pronger. Got it up to Cordnell. Cordnell hit immediately by Ty Domi. 3 minutes left in the period. Domi going after the puck. McInnes covered him, and out comes Fuhr, scooped it up, and I believe another penalty is being called against St. Louis.
Canadian Tire has great prices on everything you need. Plus, earn Canadian Tire money with every cash purchase of merchandise. Canadian Tire. Everyday low prices made better.
Time 17:04. Jeff Courtnall for elbowing. Time 17:04.
There he is, Jeff Courtnall. He got the elbowing call this time from Mr. Schick. I think it was Ty Domi he might have had a go at.
Yeah, I think it was too. Domi's coming at him for the hit, and Courtnall puts the hand up in his face. But there's no signal from Schick. So it was a delayed decision by Rob Schick.
Once again, Toronto on a power play. Score tied, 1-1. Gilmore lost it. McInnes couldn't get it by Schneider. Murphy winding up. Falling in front of it was Al McInnes. They made a great block. 2:35 left in this opening period. Schneider, Murphy, Sundin, Gilmore, and Clark. That's the power play for Toronto. It's rifled in high on the glass. Schneider pinching in. Stole it. Clark covered by McInnes. McInnes got it around Sundin, and the Blues are going to swing out with it. Barron to center. Trying a long shot for Potvin. No problem for the Leaf goalie. 2 minutes, 5 seconds left in the period. A minute 10 on the power play for the Leafs. Schneider whacks it in. Sundin didn't pick it up, and Gretzky did. Wayne Gretzky up over the line, back out, killing off the penalty well, and got it back to his own line. The Kravchuk to Leach. Leach kicked it over the line. Thought he could go by Schneider, but overskated the puck. 40 seconds left in the penalty to Jeff Portnoy of St. Louis. And Todd Gill prancing up. Rolled it in on the left side for Convery, and Hunger is all over him. It's out front of the net, and the Blues clear it away. That's Noonan coming out. Noonan out with Corson, dropping it back. Kravchuk checked by Gagne. Gagne got it back out quickly, and he's up with Ellen. Ellen gets set. Last block, rebound. Back of the net, Convery tried to set it up for Gartner. 8 seconds left in the penalty. Portnoy, down it goes. And now Portnoy is back on the ice. A 1-1 tie under a minute left in the opening period. This is Kirk Muller coming in. The centering pass, and the Blues cover up, but just. Portnoy back out. Right wing pass. That is Zezel. He'll drop it. McInnes drives one hard. And Poppe had the angle covered beautifully and just held on to it till everybody came in to greet him.
Rob Pearson, who's made a point to cruise by and sometimes at Potvin, is in the crease again, and Potvin is upset by it. Gave just a little reminder tap in the rear end with the top of the goal stick. Pearson's a tough guy to stop going to the net. Number 12, Pearson, coming in on the left wing here. Todd Gill's trying to take him out of the way, but you can see what Pearson's intention is. Get in the face of Potvin, try and bump him, and try not to get a penalty doing it. Now here's what Potvin does. A little tap in the back of the leg to remind his old teammate, stay out of my house. The house I live in is in blue.
Potvin ready to go again with 37.6 seconds left in the opening period. Toronto scored first on a power play. Sundin. And then on a power play, Corson scored for St. Louis. And away we go. Two players, Gilmore and Corson, a little anxious. Kick back to McInnes. He just had to flip it off to the corner. No hole open to the net. Blues keep it in. It's center. Potvin down. And he finds it. It bounced very high. Somehow he saw it. And you know, they call him the cat sometimes. He had to be quick that time to glove it.
He sure did. And Wayne Gretzky was sitting there waiting for the puck to drop into tap-in range, which is anywhere below the goalpost. But he makes a spectacular catch with the backhand and takes a chance that Gretzky was waiting for away right there. Wayne Gretzky, Bob, in 56 career games against the Leafs, 134 points, 2.4 per game.
And a point tonight on the Corson power play goal. 23 seconds left in the period. Leafs win this face-off. And it's Kirk Muller coming to center. Dropped into Gilmore. He dropped it back. Presley's shot. And again, Presley gets in there. Can't get a backhander away, though. And with 8 seconds left in the period, Gretzky looking up at the clock and coming hard. He passed it into Hall, but McInnes had gone in on the right wing, offside, and that ended that rush. Corson has a crowd around him.
Well, Gilmore gave Gretzky a little shot to the chest, and that brought Corson into the scene. And, of course, now we've got them all. Part of the Leaf strategy is very obvious. Get tough on Gretzky and Hull, and add McInnes to that list. And the Blues are reacting like you knew they would. So Gilmore and Gretzky, they're not talking about what they're going to do in the summer. And Murray Barron wants in on the conversation and anything else that develops.
Well, Gretzky and Gilmore were away from the big crowd and talking. And Gilmore appeared to go look for Gretzky, found him. Corson is very, very upset, as you can see. He's lost the helmet, and Gretzky and Gilmore, you might see it here.
Yeah, here's the play. Now, after the offside, Gretzky and Gilmore come together, and Gretzky gives him a little shot in the groin with a stick. Just a little reminder. And in comes Corson. And of course, and then they talk about it again. Gretzky's used to this. You don't score the points he scored and stand alone very often in the ring.
That was Murray Barron who came in to talk to Gilmore. Corson to the St. Louis room. Period is just about over. 2.2 seconds.
I'm sure Rob Schick has told both Gretzky and Gilmore and told them to relay the message to their teammates. After the whistle, we're going to throw you out of here if you don't stop the funny business. It's a good idea, and he should do it. It's been a good rough game. You don't need that after the whistle routine.
Corson roughing. For Toronto, Jamie McCown roughing. Time 19:57.
So roughing penalties handed out to Corson of St. Louis, McCown of Toronto. And they'll drop the puck in between McTavish and Muller. And in 2 seconds, the period will end. And here we go. So that's the end of the first period in Game 1 of the best of 7. The shots 13 by Toronto and 9 by St. Louis. Sundin and Corson exchanging power play goals. Coming up, Don Cherry is in the coach's corner. The score after 1 then. Toronto 1, St. Louis 1.
My name is Catherine DiMaggio, and I've chosen Bell. To keep in touch with my family is very important. I get real plus savings and rewards for making those telephone calls. I can redeem them for travel, or I can turn them right back into phoning long distance again. They're showing me different options that I hadn't even thought of myself. I'm saving every single time I pick up the phone. To hear the delight in my brother's voice when his boys are taking their first step, Bell makes me feel like I'm right there with them.
It's no surprise that Canada exports so much when you consider how much Canadians have to offer the world. That's why since 1990, Ford of Canada has invested some $4 billion in this country and its future so that we can build vehicles right here, not only for the roads of Canada, but also for the roads of the world as well. Ford and Canada, same road, right direction.
Earth-shaking news for everyone who owns a car from Canada's tire store, Canadian Tire. Now, for a limited time, take advantage of special buys on quality North American-made Motomaster tires. Like all 13-inch Motomaster AW Plus tires for just $43 each. 14-inch are $53 each, and 15-inch are only $63 each installed. But hurry, offer ends April 27th. Everyday low prices? That's good. Great sale prices on tires? That's better. Canadian Tire. Everyday low prices made better.
Uh-oh. Looks like systems problems. How long before the unit fails? Who knows? What about the backup?
Son, that is a backup.
And they make them in Montreal.
UPS early AM service to the States.
Bonjour, Montreal.
Guaranteed overnight from Canada to U.S. business centers before 8 a.m.
You'll have it by 8 tomorrow. 8 a.m.? Somebody up there likes us.
UPS, moving at the speed of business.
I just love these 4-hour flights. Just me and my... Where's my computer?
You checked it.
I checked my notebook. I checked my notebook. I checked my notebook. I checked my notebook. That's the plane. I checked my notebook. Check the notebook. Check notebook.
Mistakes can happen. Don't let the notebook computer you choose be one of them.
It's alive! It's alive! I love you. I checked my notebook.
Toshiba. Tough enough for today's world.
Coach's Corner with Don Cherry. Brought to you by Green Cross. First aid for lawns and gardens.
To be able to get to the green quickly, you don't need expensive equipment, advice from a pro, or a lot of hard work for that matter. To get to the green quickly,
you need Feedex. It's the fast, easy way to fertilize and eliminate weeds, giving you an almost instant green, weed-free lawn.
Get quick results for your lawn with Feedex from Green Cross. First aid for lawns and gardens.
Now, wait a minute. We've had 7 goals scored, right?
Yes.
4 power play goals and 1 delayed power play. You know, it used to be that the playoffs, the referee said, okay, now we're in the playoffs, we're going to separate the men from the boys, and we're going to let them decide it. I am so sick and tired of tweet, 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 and the referee's going, now where's the camera?
Kind of springy.
Yeah, like the bird. And oh, yeah.
But you know, Don, it's the first game, and often opening night, there's a little bit of a
I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in people sitting at home wanting to see a good hockey game. I'm interested in people paying $60 to see the seats, not to see referees put a show on. Now let the guys play the game.
All right, 3-0. The Philadelphia Flyers jump all over Tampa.
That's a gimme. Are you kidding? They just squeak into the playoffs in the first game. I've been in that before. They might as well just mail them the points. They'll be a different team. Tampa's not that bad.
All right.
Believe me.
In New York, it's 1-1 at the end of 20 minutes of play, and it looked like it wasn't going to be. What have you got for us? I think you.
All right, I've got some nice ones. Now, first of all, we'll go ahead and run them. We'll right off the bat. Messier gets a breakaway. Watch him get a breakaway. You know what? He's playing with a flak jacket, the whole thing. He misses. Now, what's happened? You know what happens, folks, all you hockey players, when you miss that? With 10 seconds left, watch what happens. Unbelievable. Watch this. With 10 seconds left, it always happens when you miss a breakaway like that. Bingo! In the net. 1-1.
Saku Koivu, and then Valerie Bure gets involved with Ulf Samuelsson here and takes a shot from Ulf.
Now, I don't mind Ulf giving him a little shot, knocking him down, but look at what the little guy does. He whacks him. Watch what Ulf does when he gets hit. This is what bugs me about the guy. Watch this now, up above shot. Watch him. He gets a little shot. Watch his head. Oh, my goodness. Oh, I'm falling. I'm dead, just like he did against Dombey. I don't mind him knocking the little guys around, as long as he stands up when he gets whacked.
And you want to say something about the Toronto-St. Louis 1-1 tie?
Well, it's, again, all penalty, power plays and everything. I wanted them to come out more banging and everything like that, but it's pretty good. It's not bad. A good hit by Wendell. They looked like they were playing kind of cautious. It'll be better in the second period.
The only other game this evening's in your old rink in Denver.
Yes,
Colorado,
McNichols.
Vancouver. Yes, McNichols Arena will be featuring that. Highlights coming up in about a half an hour's time. Now, you're already on record as saying it's Pittsburgh or the New York Rangers from the Eastern Conference against Detroit in the Stanley Cup final. Not
Philly's
too popular
not too
pick.
happy.
That's right.
Bonnie's
and Carl
home
are mad.
But this was before the season. You had to fill.
I know. Well, it was an intelligent question.
Yeah, before
starting the year, who do you like? Just like you like, people love to know your picks in the playoffs. But since we're not talking about that, since you've already said, I want to go through a couple of the major awards. Might as well be first dibs on that from you. The Hart Trophy. Who do you like as the MVP this year?
Well, here's the story of the way it's got to be. It's got to be Mario. You could say Fuhr, you could say Bork, you could say it all, but you can't do the same thing as you did to him a long time ago. What, about 4 years ago? Gretzky won it with the most points. Gretzky won it with the most points. Gretzky won it with the most points. He gets the most points. Gretzky got it anyhow. He was so ticked off, he was madder at that than when I called him floater when he first started out. You got to give it to him. Where would they be without Mario? He's got to get it.
Can't argue that. For the Calder Trophy, I'd have said Sikora in New Jersey until the last month. I didn't see him at all.
What?
So it's between, well, I like Sikora, Peter Sikora, but Daniel Alfredson
Peter
in Ottawa.
Sikora?
Yeah, he was dynamite for about a month and a half. Him and Steve Thomas and Billy Guerin.
Good. Billy Guerin. I like Billy Guerin.
On a line.
Anyhow, here's the way it's going to be. Daze's going to win it, and he should win. He's got 30 goals. He's going to be around for a long time. Alfred Fredrickson, or whatever his name is.
Daniel Alfredson.
He's pretty good. I got to admit, he doesn't back away and everything. But Daze will win it. But the guy I'd like to give it to is Jovanovski. This guy is a tough guy. We haven't seen him play much because he's down in there in the south and all that. This guy is dynamite. Can score, hit, fight, the whole deal. But Daze will win that one.
So your pick's Ed, but Daze gets it. Okay, and now let's go to the Norris Trophy. Most valuable. You know what John Ferguson said? A guy I love is Vladimir Konstantinov in Detroit. Plus 60 this year.
All right.
He's a little Ulf-like.
Just a minute. Just a minute. Just a minute. Let me just tell you about this. Every defenseman that wins that has to have a lot of points. It's overall. It's not just defensive and all that. If you look at what it says overall. Bobby Orr, by the way, you said plus 60. Imagine Bobby Orr plus 128. Anyhow, Bobby Orr got the most points. Leach got the most points. Coffey got the most points. Bork got the most points when they won it. Bork has 20 goals. He's got over 80 points. Chelios has got over 70 points. He's got 14 goals.
Led his team in scoring.
Yeah, led his team in scoring.
Just helping you out.
I'll tell you one thing. I'm going to chicken out on this one. I can't pick it up. I can't pick Konstantinov, not only because he's a Russian and everything like that. He only had 34 points. I mean, these other guys almost led their team, almost at 100 points. So I will pick either one of Chelios or Bork. I can't pick either one because they're so good.
Oh, sitting on the fence.
That's the only one. That's the only one.
Listen, we only got about 30 seconds.
Oh,
Let's do the Selke Trophy, best defensive forward, and we'll save Vezina a little jewel for tomorrow.
Well, you know, this at one time, this was picked for Gainey. Gainey never got 20 goals. It was for the guys who, like the Hart Trophy and everything. What it ended up was like the booby prize for that never won the Hart. Guys that get 40 goals and things like that.
Gilmore.
Well, that's all right. He shouldn't have won it either. Curry and guys, it was guys like Carbonneau, Gainey, guys like that. Bob Airy, I would say, should get it. He won't get it. Or Skrulin. I'd say Skrulin should get it. That's who it's for. But I'd like to pick one. I know we got to go for comeback of the year. A guy that I know, we're going to talk about the Masters and that tomorrow night and everything, I guess, if you're going to ask me. But comeback of the year, it's got to be Randy Burridge. Here's Randy Burridge. Couldn't get a job in the fall. His knee is all shot. They said he went to Buffalo. He lives in Fort Erie. Can I have a job and get it? Oh, sure, you can try out. Not only get a tryout, 25 goals, and it was second in the lead in the scoring for a team that never made the playoffs. So he's come back of the year. I had to get it for my buddy Randy Burridge. And Bundy, remember Bundy?
Yeah, absolutely, in Fort Erie. And the Selke's not right, to be perfectly frank, according to Don Cherry in the Coach's Corner on Molson Hockey Night in Canada and the Stanley Cup playoffs on CBC.
Corner on CBC. Brought to you by Green Cross. First aid.
Bob Cole and Harry Neal back in Toronto for Gretzky's bid. And his shot just off the outside of the post. They're in a 1-1 tie, and Sundin is in there for Toronto. He rolled it back in front of the net. Nobody could play the net behind Fuhr's off, so they'll stop the play with St. Louis going the other way. Period starting with Corson and McCown in the penalty box, you will remember. They went off with 3 seconds left in the first.
Two great chances here in the first minute of period number 2. Matt Sundin got in alone on Grant Fuhr and couldn't beat him after taking a straight pass. And then Wayne Gretzky gets a partial breakaway coming up the left wing and wires it off the side of the post as he just missed by about the width of the puck.
Sundin coming close. Fuhr stoned him. And he wants it back. He won't get that one back. Gretzky the other way. As Harry just mentioned, grazing the post on the outside with that 30-footer. It is still 1-1. Toronto at center, Gill. The Gardner didn't work. Zessel had to go back. And Larry Murphy backs up in his own zone. He'll go behind the net. Cordnell chased him. Zessel was forechecking. The Leafs get away from the two of them. And they come in. Todd Gill gets ready. Shot is blocked by Fuhr. And Cordnell, plenty of help alongside. He goes to Pronger. The defenseman gives it to Zessel. Zessel gets in the slot on the backhand. Off the skate of Todd Gill. And it went wide of the net. Gill. Lots of time to move it with St. Louis making changes. Up to Gagne. And Larry Murphy backs up again for Toronto to get away from McTavish. Gardner now with McTavish on him. And the Leafs come in. Murphy gets set. Nice save by Fuhr. He had been moving to the left. Scott Oak was talking to the Leaf captain in the first intermission, Doug Gilmour.
Here's Doug Gilmour. Doug, you expect the tempo to be high in the playoffs, but were even you surprised with the pace to start this game?
Well, this has been a good pace, and I think people are predicting, obviously, a lot of penalties in a tough series, so we expected that as well coming in, so it's been pretty good so far.
Can you tell me anything about the conversation you had with Wayne Gretzky at the end of the period, or is it fit for public consumption?
No, it wasn't much. It just more or less tell him that he knows that I'm coming, and just from the last time I hit him, he didn't have his head up, and I'm not going out to take liberties on him, but I got to make sure that he doesn't beat me.
The face-off deep in the blue zone to the left of Fuhr. Score tied at 1. Just over 2 minutes gone in the second period. A blue player hurt behind the play. Barron, I think, is the injured player. Schick allows the play to go on. Now it's called as the Leafs were coming down ice, and Barron is hurt.
Well, I thought that Kypreos missed Barron on this check, figuring Baird was lucky to get out of the way, but obviously he did not get all the way out of the way, and he just could not get up after it seemed to be apparent that he avoided the hit. And let's have a look at it right here. There's Barron, 34. Craig's chasing him. You're going to see Kypreos come in on the other side of the net. Barron sees him and jumps out of the way and just takes the corner of Kypreos' elbow right in the jaw. Just kicked him. And stunned him, obviously. No penalty on the play. And sometimes a near miss is as good as a hit, I guess you might say. Murray Barron, who is the most physical of all the Blue defensemen, goes to the Blue bench to get the cobwebs out of his head.
Now, Tony Twist for St. Louis came into this series after an ankle injury, I believe it was, and he was a doubtful starter. But Mike Keenan said this morning, when I saw his name on the roster, I questioned it, and he said, no, he's ready, Bob, and he's okay.
He's missed 29 games this year. First he had arm surgery, and then he sprained his ankle. He came back about 3 weeks ago, tried it in a game in Pittsburgh, and re-injured it. And this is his first game back. And he's a tough customer, as we all know, so keep your eye on 18. Tony Twist.
Kravchuk and Pronger. Batted on the boards by Rob Pearson. Doesn't get it over the Leaf line. And McCown knocked it down, sliding a pass ahead. Kravchuk had Clark lined up, but Clark didn't get the pass. Blues back out. Up to center is the Russian defenseman Kravchuk. Slammed a shot right into the shins of Yuskevich. And he's back for the Leafs. Tipped over the line by Clark, and Kravchuk got back. Around the net. O'Connor and Twist. Bounced away from Twist out to center. McTavish is checked by Yuskevich. McTavish trying to get loose. Puck is across the line. And offside is called. A little something happened inside the line for sure with Pearson and Gilmore.
Obviously, Pearson has been told or has decided on his own to get right after Gilmore. And he chased him all over the rink on that shift.
Once again, here's Ron McLean.
Bob, thanks. More on the slaughter at Philadelphia tonight. Eric Lindros has now scored on the power play from Falloon and Svoboda. So this is an off night for Tampa, 5-0. The Flyers lead in Game 1.
Well, here's the shift that I mentioned. Pearson was after Gilmore. Now he's just trying to tempt him into a little confrontation. You don't have to give Gilmore much evidence for him to retaliate. No penalty, lots of comments, a little high stick there to Gilmore. Schick saw it all. And the St. Louis Blues are going after the Leafs leader and best player, Doug Gilmore, and why wouldn't they? Eliminate him, you got a better chance of winning.
Hill behind his own goal. Wells missing it. Gardner was up there with Muller on the move, but he missed the puck. Scores 1-1. Both goals in the first period on power plays. Sundin and Corson exchanging the goals. So it's a 1-1 tie.
Roaming around your world, the experiences, exploring an unpublished map you have inside, winding up making yourself at home. And when in Rome, you know. Why? Because I am.
The substitute gets top marks.
I'm in charge of this class.
Riveting. Explosive.
You are history.
Powerful.
Mr. Whatever your name is, you ever been shot?
Yeah, I've been shot. Exciting.
Who is he?
A+.
I want you to say I'm sorry. Shh.
No talking in the library. The Substitute. Starts Friday at theaters everywhere.
Well, the ultimate goal of all players in the Stanley Cup playoffs is to get a Stanley Cup ring. And 40 Stanley Cup rings are in possession of the players in this series.
It'll be Muller from center shooting it in. Blues are back there. Manteau against Gardner. Warner got loose. There's Fjord jamming the big goal pads, hugging the post. No room on that short side.
Well, there's a history between the Gilmour-Gretzky situation. A couple of weeks ago in St. Louis, Gilmour was the guy that put Gretzky out for 9 days. And here in tonight's game, we've seen the two of them collide as Gilmour gets a shot at the great one right there. And then they talk about the conversation Scott Oak had with Gilmour. He wouldn't give us a synopsis of it, but I think Gretzky and Gilmour have great regard for each other, but that doesn't mean they're not enemies.
Todd Gill and Larry Murphy are the two Leaf defensemen. It is Gill carrying the puck ahead. Muller eluding Barron's hit, so he appears to be okay back on. Setting up Manteau down the wing. Manteau centered it. Barron couldn't knock down the high pass. And the Leafs turn the other way. Up there with one glove is Gardner. Shoots. Picked out by Fjord. Back on a 2-on-1 for St. Louis. Noonan shot a low one and he missed. Puck comes all the way back inside the St. Louis line. Manteau missed it. He would have been offside anyway. Montman played it. No icing. Gretzky bumped again by Gill this time. And Murphy moving across center. Up over the Blues line. Knocked down in front by Pronger. Pronger starts out a long pass to center to Gretzky. He stayed onside to Hull. Into the crowd. That deflection off Matthew Schneider.
It's like a Michael Jackson concert here with all the gloves on the ice. Gardner without one. Got a good scoring opportunity. Very rarely do you see two guys lose their glove on the same shift and play without him. And Fuhr makes a pretty good stop as he hoists Gardner's glove over to him. Look at Gardner's right hand there, no glove. It's hard to shoot the puck, Bob, with a slap shot to get anything on it when you don't have a glove. You know how important a golf glove is to you. What about a hockey glove to a shooter?
It doesn't help me. Well, that's amazing when you say that.
The feel.
And it's true.
Yes, it is. That takes Gardner off the hook anyway, doesn't it?
Well, Fjord was out to cut the angle on him. We are nearing the 5-minute mark of the second. It's still 1-1. St. Louis winning the draw, but Hull, he's checked. They don't want him to get too many shots. Sundin, who's had 5 shots in the game so far for Toronto. Great scoring chance early in this period. Kravchuk, bumped by Sundin. In comes Gretzky. Ripped it wide of the net. Gretzky grabbed a pass and had a lot of time and went in with the slap shot and missed the net.
You don't want to give Wayne Gretzky too many of those 20-footers either. He missed the net, and he often doesn't.
Once again, let's visit with Scott Oak.
All right, Bob, what could be better for the Gilmour family from Kingston than to see their boy lead the Leafs in the playoffs, and that's what they're seeing tonight. Here is Don Gilmour, Doug's father. Don, your boy's playing great tonight. He's got the jump back.
Oh, yes, he's had it for the last few games and that there, and he certainly, in the games when we needed something in that there, he certainly led the way in that there. So
he's minimized all the talk, Don, about the back trouble he might have had during the season. You can probably confirm for us that he's healthy again, can you?
Well, he doesn't tell me too much either. But no, I think he's certainly feeling a lot better than he was before in that there. And he looks stronger out there tonight, and that he hasn't got that drawn look about him in some of those 82-game schedules.
All right, Don, thanks for your time. Enjoy the rest of the game. Bob?
And, of course, that was Dolly, Doug's mother, to the left of Mr. Gilmour. I wonder how they got tickets.
I talked to Mr. Gilmore this morning at the practice, and he said, and I complimented him on how well Doug had played, especially in the last 2 weeks. And he says, he's finally listening to me, Harry. He's shooting the puck. And, of course, he was referring to the big goal against Edmonton. And his biggest fan, of course, is his mother. But a critic, a hockey critic, like every other father I know, is Mr. Gilmore. And Doug came over and said, Harry, don't listen to a word the old fella tells you.
Toronto won. St. Louis won. We are in the second period. The referee, Rob Schick, talking to Nick Beverly, the Leaf coach.
Rob Schick's going to both benches. Talked to Beverly, now he's talking to Mike Keenan, so he's trying to make sure that the coaches aren't surprised by any policy that he's going to initiate. It may well be, I don't want any funny business after the whistle. I'm going to thumb you if you do it.
I'm with Don Cherry there. He was talking in his coach's corner. Let them go, at least for a while. Little minor stuff. A warning would suffice, I think.
And that's what he gave him. Let's see if the warning is adhered to.
Okay. We're underway again. Kravchuk dumping it in. A little word or two out at center ice. Kyprios and Twist a long conversation. Nothing developed, not yet anyway. Kyprios knocked down by Twist, and there'll be a penalty on it. Craig takes a pass. Potvin will go to the bench. The Leafs have the extra man on. The shot in wide, and now the play will be called as Pearson cleared it out over the line. Penalty coming up to St. Louis as Kyprios was dumped by Tony Twist.
Well, give Kyprios the marks here. He suckered Twist into this penalty. They looked like they were going to go. We know one thing, they're not talking about how many goals they've each scored. And they talked and they sat together here and had a conversation. And no penalties. Kyprios turns him down. And about 10 seconds later, here's what happens. You want to advance in the playoffs, you can't take penalties like that. It has nothing to do with being a good, tough competitor. It has a lot to do with not being disciplined. Tony Twist played long enough to know better, and I'm sure you'll hear about it from his coaches.
They call it hooking. Twist is in the box. Toronto 1 for 3 in the power play. That was a goal by Sundin. The last power play, however, St. Louis did a pretty good job killing the penalty. They had only one shot. Well, it's a 1-1 tie, and Toronto with the extra man moving up. Gilmore's pass to Sundin, back in front. St. Louis covering in front of the net. Al McInnes looking back over his shoulder, sees he has some room, and the rocket goes high off the glass. All the way back where Sundin was hit by Barron. Gretzky chopped it in wide of the net. 40 seconds gone in the St. Louis penalty. Up to center ice. Pass not completed to Clark. And the puck is deflected over the glass into the crowd. Well, Stanley Cup crowd noise becomes part of Hockey Night in Canada tomorrow night. Your thoughts on the playoffs or your team will be recorded and might be played on the air. Remember now, 95 cents per call. You must be 18 years of age or older, or have permission of a parent or guardian. There's the number, 1-900-870-0022.
Well, we have a lot of conversations going tonight, and most of them are X-rated, I am sure, as these two teams are busy making sure that neither team gets the mental advantage of being tougher than their opponent.
Minute 10 seconds left in the power play for Toronto. They haven't been within range of Grand Pure yet. And 1 minute has been chewed up by the Blues penalty killers. Up to center is Gartner. Missed that pass. Down it goes again. Blues penalty killing pretty good now. 2 in a row. Pass to center to Schneider. He was hit by Kravchuk, but shot it in. Gartner has Gagne behind the net, went through him. In back of the goal. That is Muller. He's bodied off the puck. Shakes it off. Goes after it. Comes to the line. Berkey lost it. Gretzky nearly fired a pass up the center where Courtnall was waiting. Now Gretzky coming in with Courtnall. Courtnall trying to backhand it over in front of him. Schneider is there to intercept. And he tries to bring it out. 15 seconds left in the power play for Toronto. It is Murphy looking around for help. Schneider is in there with a shot. Wicked drive across the crease in front of Fuhr and out again. Now, the penalty to Twist has been served. So the Blues get away with that one. And Gardner comes in. Gardner faked the shot, keeps riding into the back of the goal and got it out front. However, hit hard on the boards as he made that play. Barron dumped it off the boards and in deep over that line to the left of Potvin. That is an icing call against St. Louis.
Forget Robbins. Canadian Tire spring sale tells me spring is finally here.
I need a spring sale because I need spring stuff.
For my yard.
For my baby.
For my house.
To get me out of the house.
The best names at the best prices. I've got to get to my store this week.
Everyday low prices. That's good.
Everyday low prices plus Canadian Tire spring sale?
That's better.
Canadian Tire. Everyday low prices made better.
Keep your car in great shape. STP Shape. An STP fuel injector cleaner helps keep it that way. It's easy. Just add it to your car's gas and drive your fuel injectors clean. Clean into STP Shape with STP Fuel Injector Cleaner. It's easy to keep your car looking great with STP Son of a Gun Protectant.
Shine, protect, keep your car looking great. Son of a gun helps keep your car in STP shape.
Son of a gun.
Western Conference continues tomorrow night. Game 1, Winnipeg at Detroit. Winnipeg looking for an upset. It would be. And the Calgary, of course, will be in Chicago. Check your local listings. Don't forget, Game 2 of this one, right here at Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto. The Blues and the Leafs again. 1-1 tie. We are coming up to the 9-minute mark of the second period. Kravchuk left it. Creighton along the boards. He made a great move by Yuskevich. Creighton around the net, tried to tuck it in, and another penalty is being called. And this one, I'm sure, will go against Jamie McCown of the Toronto Maple Leafs. McCown doesn't like it. McCown will go for holding.
Well, there were two St. Louis Blue players that were knocked down in the crease after Creighton took his little rush. And in the opinion of Rob Schick, McCowan gets a penalty for holding. Let's have a look at it. Creighton circles the net, and in front of the net, McCowan. Not sure McCowan is in any agreement whatsoever with Schick on the play. Nevertheless, the St. Louis Blues get a power play, and it is designated as holding Jamie McCown.
And the penalty killing has been pretty good in the game now. We talked about a tough time the Leafs had on their last power play. St. Louis managed only one shot the last time they had the extra man. McCown now in the box. A 1-1 tie, and Toronto will send the Blues back to get organized. Oh, here's a forechecker. McInnes, Corson, Gretzky, Kravchuk, and Hull. And Hull picks it off the boards. Corson is with him to make sure it stays in the corner. Gretzky there. The trio passing around. They're within 15 feet of one another. On the line is Kravchuk. Takes the shot into Potvin's midsection, and no rebound.
Well, Wayne Gretzky, who is a power play champion, 47 points this year on the power play to lead the Blues in that department. And when you flash his numbers up on the board, they are mind-boggling, to say the least. His playoff statistics are equally impressive as are his league statistics. Nobody, Bob, is going to come anywhere near close to catching that guy with those kind of points. Of course, we said that about somebody else before Gretzky came down the road.
love to see Mario healthy for a full season.
I'd love to see Mario playing on a line with Wayne. Maybe in the World Cup we will.
Well, there's Courtnall with Gretzky now. And Gill is in there to cover up for Toronto. Pearson is knocked down. The Leafs get it by Kravchuk and out again. 54 seconds left in the penalty to Jamie McCown. 1-1 tie at the halfway mark of the second period. McInnes slaps it in. That is Courtnall, number 14. Taken out of the play heavily by Schneider. At the line, McInnes. They won't give him much room to unload one. He might get it here. It's off his stick and missed the net. Once again, the Blues on it in deep. Kravchuk on an angle. Pushed the pass ahead to Courtnall. At the side of the net, back to Courtnall. Courtnall back to McInnes. He had to move for it. Trying to hit Pearson. Courtnall centered it. Pearson right in there. Now McInnes. Take that shot. Comes to Gretzky. Side of the net with the pass. Time running out of the power play. And the Leafs have killed it off. McCown is out of the box as Presley comes up with it. Hochek just inside the Blues line. But there's Gilmore trying to center it. McInnes lost a chance to move it. Presley falling. McInnes going to the middle. And there's Gretzky taking it. Over the line with a pass. And on their right wing, Brian Noonan couldn't handle it. Two Leafs coming in. Gardner trying to go inside on Pronger. Pronger bumping Muller. Pronger and Noonan. And Noonan rolled it ahead to the line where Gretzky backhands it out. Obviously, he wants to get off. The Blues will change because that one is icing against St. Louis. It is a 1-1 tie with 8:35 left in the second.
Hope you've got an insurance broker. Because an independent insurance broker works for you as a highly trained insurance expert who anticipates your needs to cover you best.
Gillette's revolutionary clear gel antiperspirant. Not a stick, a soft gel that goes through underarm hair to the skin surface where wetness begins. For powerful protection, Gillette Clear Gel Antiperspirant. Face it, no other razor shaves closer or with more comfort than Gillette Sensor XL. No razor is better.
Hope you've got an insurance broker. Because an independent insurance broker works for you as a highly trained insurance expert who anticipates your needs to cover you best.
Closed captioning of tonight's game is provided by Regal Capital Planners, nationwide independent financial planning services.
Face off to the right of Grant Fuhr in the St. Louis zone. Kirk Muller against Big Creighton. Creighton won the draw for Pronger. Macto was given a bump by Yuskevich before he could move on the puck. Noonan went after it. Pronger again. One off the clock at center ice. Haven't seen that for a while.
Well, we've talked a lot about Doug Gilmour's offensive capability. 17 goals in the last 33 games. But really what he is one of the top-notch defensive forwards in the league. Here, his great ability to anticipate probably saved a goal because Al MacInnis was coming off the point. And if he'd have grabbed that pass, it might be 2-1. And Gilmour, who's no shrinking violet, finds that MacInnis is there about a step too soon.
Chris Pronger just gets rid of it. Yuskevich, light pump from Noonan. The Leafs keep going. Warner nearly got in for a shot. He was knocked down. And the Blues bring it back out. It is Pronger who will go up for the shot. Nowhere near the net with that long drive. Toronto turning it around. Muller up to the Blues line. And Yuskevich off the glove of Fuhr and just missed. Fuhr got enough of it. A hard shot by Yuskevich. Yuskevich again to Gardner. Pass knocked down by Clark. That's all. Close call. the pass. Crowd chiming in now again, trying to get the Leafs going. We are still in a 1-1 tie, and Clark is away with Gartner. The pass is intercepted. Convery did not wait for Gartner to come out. They're changing. The Leafs are. Pass intended for Zezel will go wide of the net. Potvin decided he'd play it, so no icing. The Blues go in there after it. Murphy is covering up for Toronto. And it'll be Convery getting it out. Todd Gill joins in the rush and comes over the line. To Convery. Convery the throw. What a save by Fuhr. Right in front of the net again. The Blues cover. Grant Fuhr was sensational, going from post to post to stop what looked like a shot that would be a goal.
Hard to imagine, Bob, but just last year, Grant Fuhr's record with LA and Buffalo was 2-9-3, a free agent over the summer. Look what he's done this year.
Amazing.
Canadian Tire has great prices on everything you need. Plus, earn Canadian Tire money with every cash purchase of merchandise. Canadian Tire. Everyday low prices made better.
The thing I notice about Grant Fuhr is the return of his great agility. He kind of lost that for 2 or 3 years, but he's lighter, he's fitter, and he's quicker. And he makes a brilliant stop right here with the glove off Yushkevich's slap shot from 27 feet out.
A 1-1 tie. 6:39 left in the second period. Hall. Ahead to Corson. Gretzky on the far side. But the pass won't get to him. Allen took a hit to get rid of it down the ice, and Kravchuk turns from Sundin. Up for Gretzky. Corson on the move with Hull. It rolls off Schneider, and Felix Potvin again will go down on it, and there will be a face-off.
There are enough things in life you wait forever for. Your car shouldn't be one of them. That's why at GM Goodwrench Service Plus, your oil change is done in 29 minutes, or the next one's free. GM Goodwrench Service Plus. The plus is in the service, not the price.
And to the left of Potvin, they'll drop it in. Might have another one with the lead player, Doug Gilmour, on the draw, and he fell on it. Nobody could move.
Well, St. Louis and Toronto, we've talked a lot about how old the teams are. Players are so old, the word that the funeral home company of McDougal and Brown have brought the rights to this series in case somebody doesn't make it through the length of it.
Corson has Hull parked right behind him. Can't get it back to him. Schneider to Sundin. He tried to stick handle by Corson. That didn't work. And again, Potvin stopped it for Dave Ellett. Ellett rattled one off the boards and got it out of there and all the way down the ice. So the Blues back, and the pace has slowed, no question. Ellett slapped it just to the center ice area. Gretzky flipped the high one in, and now Hull. To Gretzky, offside.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Bob, about the fact that Brett Hull is not 100% healthy. He had a hamstring injury. It's a very rare injury for a hockey player, but it's one that really incapacitates your quickness, and that's Hull isn't a fast skater, but he's got some quickness, and I think he's having a little trouble coming it up with it. 43 goals out of the 219 St. Louis scored. That's 20% of them. He is playing his 74th consecutive playoff game with St. Louis, and he's not himself.
Toronto, Muller with Gartner and Warner. Murphy and Gill. They don't move it too far. Creighton comes in with Manteau and Noonan. Puck is shot around the boards into the corner, and that's where it stays in on the boards. Referee Schick standing there hollering to move it, and they do, and the Leafs come up with it. Gill gets it ahead. Warner stopped, but Gill was right behind him to shoot it in. Grants up. Hit Muller trying to clear it. Creighton scooped it to center ice. Under 5 minutes left in the second. The 2 goals in the game scored in the first, both on power plays. It's 1-1. Murphy coming on. The rebound! Another big save by Grant Fuhr. Warner right in behind the first shot and got the rebound. Boy, what a chance for the Leafs. Fuhr again solid in goal. Noonan from center. Kravchuk joins him. Rolled it by everybody. The Blues are going to make changes as the Leafs go back to pick it up. Yuskevich has to contend with Peter Zezel standing in front of Felix Potvin. Pass to the left wing boards and an errant pass going all the way down the ice. Barron trying to get back ahead of Clark and just does. And that's icing called against the Maple Leafs with 4:11 remaining in the second.
Chrysler is proud to sponsor Canada's Olympic team. For in every athlete, we see the very qualities of the thousands of Canadians who build our cars. Skill, pride, and that burning desire to go faster, soar higher, and become stronger than we ever thought possible. At Chrysler, we're not just building cars, we're building Canada.
Coming up in our second intermission after 40 minutes, brought to you by Stenter. It'll be from our broadcast center, and Ron MacLean will have a chat with Scotty Bowman, the Detroit coach. And don't forget, he'll be organizing things for the Hot Red Wings tomorrow in their first game against Winnipeg. That's at 7:30 Eastern Time on CBC. Fuhr has been great in this game.
Boy, he sure has. He's given up some fat rebounds, but with his quickness, and as I mentioned, his improved agility, he's handled the rebounds, and here he's getting his skate sharpened. My guess is that his skate collided with the goalpost, and he lost the edge on it, so he gets it sharpened to some degree by the equipment manager of the St. Louis Blues.
The Leafs out shooting the Blues 9-2 in this period, out chancing them 6-1. And it's Courtnall digging it off the boards. Shoots it around the net. Yuskevich of Toronto will pick it up easily and get it back out over the line. Clark didn't see the pass. And now Clark swings in over the line, but he won't get to the puck ahead of the Blues. And Courtnall is out again. Dumping it in. The checking getting closer. You can believe that in the second period. It was wide open more or less in the first. And some terrific chances. A high stick making contact will stop that way.
Well, Mike Keenan is already and has for some time gone down to the 4 defenseman routine. Jay Wells has played, I don't think, at all in the second period, and Charlie Huddy has played very briefly. And this is what Keenan does. He's a short bench coach, and he goes with 4 defensemen more than any other coach in the league.
Gretzky, Hull, and Corson again. Nick Beverly, the Leafs countering with Gilmour, Sundin, and Gagne on the left side now. Allen stepped it up for Gilmour, who had to shoot it in. McInnes trying to clear it away from the net area. And Hull takes the long pass with Gretzky behind him. Hull trying to get to the net, got the shot on. Potvin the angle. It's centered to Gretzky. Hull whacked at it. Gretzky back to the net, going the other way. Corson is hauled down. The play goes right on. And it's Toronto clearing the zone, putting it back down the ice. McInnes around the net. The Blues are changing, and Hull can't do much with that. It is Sundin shooting it in. 2:30 left in the period. And we remain tied at 1. The goals in the first. Sundin on a power play. Corson for St. Louis on a power play. Gill rolled it up. He might have taken a shot from that angle. He was dead for the net. But rolled it off to the corner, and the Blues will get out again. Matteau swinging away. Gretzky behind him. Back to Gretzky. On with the brakes. Took a hit from Gill. And here's Gartner racing down with it. Mike Gardner in with a wrist shot off the pads of Fuhr. It's not behind the net where Pearson tried to clear. Gill kept it in. Now 3 Blues are up there. It is Matteau and Noonan coming in. And Pearson's shot. That's blocked. Conger. And his stick lifted by the back-checking Ty Domi. Minute and a half left in the second period. Nobody's been able to bag one in this period yet. Convery moving up. He was checked. Domi giving chase, racing inside the Blues line, but the puck is by him out to Courtnall. Jeff Courtnall dropped it back. Noonan had to put the brakes on. He was given little room. Into the corner again for Leach. He and Courtnall and Noonan. Noonan's pass off Leach. He's in again. Goaltending, folks, in this first game between St. Louis and Toronto. Up to center, Courtnall and Peter Zezel. Back to Courtnall. To Zezel. And reaching out was Potvin. Knocking it away from Zezel. Courtnall again. Looking around. Now shooting. That is blocked. 35 seconds left in the period. It is cleared to the center ice area. Knocked back in for Zezel. He's onside with Corson. Zezel around the net. Potvin stopping any wraparound attempt. McInnes can't play it. Player going off. The puck hit him on the skate. And this hockey crowd here at Maple Leaf Gardens thought maybe that was an extra man on the ice. Might have been right. So everybody got away from that one, and it's cleared into the Blues area. Back out Hull. Up there's Corson. The time runs out for him. And the period comes to a close. And it was a close checking for the better part. Scoreless second period.
Well, Felix Potvin made the stop of the period coming up right here, as it looked like he's clearly beaten, but he gets that right leg out and takes a goal right away from Leach. Did Gretzky get hurt on this hit? He limped to the bench and looks like he's in a little pain. I know he's not 100%. That's why he's a target.
Coming up on our second intermission, we'll remind you again, after 40 minutes, we'll feature Scotty Bowman. Score after 2 periods. In game 1, Toronto 1, St. Louis 1.
Everything we do from the heart. Cathay Pacific, the heart of Asia.
Oh, my God, I can't believe you're back so soon. Tell me about it. Knee surgery is not my idea of fun. You in pain? Not now. My doctor gave me Tylenol, extra strength. Boy, Tylenol works on that kind of pain? Here I am.
More than aspirin, more than ibuprofen. From post-surgical pain to headaches, doctors recommend Tylenol the most.
Good run, huh? Yeah, not bad. It's not over. Oh, man.
Tylenol, the strength you want from the name you trust.
Paris in the springtime. Just one of the places you can visit with your free weekend from Discount Car and Truck Rentals. The sidewalk cafes. Fine French dining. Get an eyeful of the tower. Ah, the left bank. The right bank. The Louvre. Rent any 2 weekends from Discount and get any 3rd weekend free. It's as easy as 1, 2 free. How would you say that in Paris?
1, 2 free.
She speaks English very well.
The easiest way to get into the Lexington Barbecue Bailout. Fastest way to get there. Jump with the Weber because it's aerodynamic. It's very smooth. Yeah, we've jumped with sauce before. Gets a little messy.
We're always open for a new challenge. Oh, I don't know about that.
I'd say the gas grill cooks better than it flies.
Springtime's here, and your Ontario Honda dealers are making it easy to spring for a new Honda with a pair of fresh factory lease deals. Lease an Accord EX with power windows and locks, air conditioning, dual airbags, and more with a factory lease of only $298 a month. Or lease the Honda of minivans, the Odyssey, with air conditioning, power windows and locks, and 4 sedan-style doors with a factory lease of only $348 a month. There's never been a better time to spring for a new Honda at your local Ontario Honda dealer.
CBC Morning News is the first to inform you. This summer, Norma Lee McLeod and Bill Cameron will broadcast live from the '96 Olympics in Atlanta. CBC Morning News, the start of your day, weekdays at 7. After 40 Minutes, brought to you by Bell, proud sponsor of the Canadian Olympic team.
Far away the #1 team in the NHL this year, Detroit, 131 points, 62 victories, 325 goals, juxtaposed with 181 against, plus 144, 975 regular season victories for the best coach in NHL history, Scotty Bowman, who joins us now from Detroit. Scotty, thanks for your time. Let's set up the series tomorrow against the Winnipeg Jets. Who's your starting goaltender tomorrow night?
Well, we're going to make some more decisions this afternoon and announce it tomorrow morning. We haven't told either goaltender, so we've had both of them prepare for this first game, and we're going to make a final decision in the morning.
Okay, I know you said earlier in the year maybe Mike because of his experience, but Chris has had a sensational year. I think you win either way. How about a comment on the Dino Ciccarelli suspension? I understand he receives 2 games for the Ciccone shove.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. We had the hearing postponed Sunday because of a difference in camera angles from the ESPN feed to the pass feed. So I don't know what the verdict would have been Sunday, but he got a 1 league game and
if I had the right camera equipment.
First, Goodyear revolutionized wet traction with a deep groove AquaTread. Now Goodyear does it again with a first lifetime tread life warranty. The new all-season InfiniTread. Engineered with high tensile steel belts and the latest molecular compounds, the new InfiniTread is guaranteed to last as long as you own your car. For traction, for tread life, the new InfiniTread. Is it any wonder more people ride on Goodyear?
We can see you coming down the ladder now. The limb footbeds are only in the surface about 1 or 2 inches, although the surface appears to be fine-grained as you get close to it. I'm going to step off the limb. That's 1 small step. He's at the 35. All right. That's 28. Eat, sleep, sports!
I don't eat just because I'm hungry. The eating is a very sensual experience. Serving somebody a good meal is definitely part of loving somebody.
For 250 years, original My Dijon has been created for the love of food.
It's not every day you find a Worcester sauce like Lee & Perrins. A Worcester so smooth and full-bodied you can just open, pour, and use it as a marinade, all on its own. Lee & Perrins. It's not your everyday Worcester, but it should be.
Bob Cole in Toronto along with Harry Neal. We are in a 1-1 tie. And you know, to do anything in the playoffs, you got to have the goaltending. You've heard that before. Grant Fuhr has been absolutely outstanding tonight. 22 saves already.
And some very difficult ones to make. He saves his best performances for the Stanley Cup playoffs. Watch the stop here on Yuskevich from the top of the circle, and it hit Charlie Huddy's stick. And then he makes another dazzling stop to keep this game at 1-1 on Wendell Clark, who you're going to see come over here and take a neat pass across. And as you mentioned, how does Fuhr get across with those pads stacked to make those kind of saves?
Potvin was pretty good too, folks. That's why probably we are locked in a tie at Maple Leaf Gardens after 2, 1-1.
365 days a year.
I'll tell you how warm the water is. My friend Brenna and I go in late June and come out for school. Come play on my island.
Hi, I'm Jackie. So, you want to know why people keep coming back to the Keg Steakhouse? Well, lots of reasons. Dave's one reason, or his fabulous steak. Of course, it could be our delicious prime rib. And naturally, our great cake service. Well, I could go on, but great steaks and good friends, that feels right to me.
If you were building the perfect sedan, how would you do it? Well, you'd start with the luxuries you could get, like a Bose audio system with 6 individually tuned speakers and a keyless remote entry. Install a powerful 190 horsepower V6 engine. Then, as a finishing touch, you put it on Car and Driver's 10 best list. The Nissan Maxima, the perfect sedan.
It's called the Kaylee. Here, it means party. Come play on my island.
If you'd like to be Don Cherry, here's your chance. Tomorrow evening in the second intermission. Grapes is looking at me thinking, not possible. Crowd Noise is a new segment we're featuring in the second intermissions every other night, the nights when we don't have After 40. You phone in that number, 1-900-870-0022, 95 cents a call. You got to have a snappy 30-second comment on the Stanley Cup playoffs. A good idea would be to say, I love this hit, love this save. We'll put some video to your voice, and we'll feature you in your hometown on Hockey Night in Canada. That's Crowd Noise, 1-900-870-0022. We're standing by for the third period in Toronto. While we have a chance, let's show you what we can of the third period in New York, where it's 1-1. Here's Dick Irvin. Dick?
We welcome the viewers who are looking in on the Maple Leafs and the St. Louis Blues. I'm Dick Irvin along with Greg Millen and Scott Russell at Madison Square Garden in New York, where Mario Tremblay in his coaching debut in Stanley Cup playoff action. And the Montreal Canadiens are tied with Adam Graves and the New York Rangers. It's 1-1. Both goals coming in the first period. Graves on a power play for New York. Rookie Saku Koivu for Montreal. A wide-open first period, a tightly played second period. Much more wide open to start this third period. They're 3.5 minutes in. Greg, as far as this game is concerned, for the folks just looking in.
Well, watch for the Rangers here. They've really started to work down low in the Montreal defense and cycle a puck, but give the Canadian defense credit. They haven't really done anything wrong so far in their own zone. They're holding their position. They're playing it tough down low. The battles have been even.
Lyle Odeline at the blue line against Bill Burke, who has been on the ice maybe just 2 or 3 times tonight. Puck comes loose at the Ranger line. Mark Messier was a doubtful starter, if you will, but he has played the whole game for New York. His first game in a couple of weeks with a rib injury. He's been out of the New York lineup, and they have felt that absence, of course. Here comes Bury. He's played a strong game for Montreal tonight. Valerie Bury's shot didn't get much on it. Richter makes the save. Messier turns the rebound up ice. The puck rolls to the Montreal line, and Odeline knocked it away. And Bury takes over. Off the bench comes Kovalenko. He's at the New York line. That's a shot, though, off a stick, over the glass, and out of play.
And welcome back to Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto. Our game, same score as that game. Toronto 1, St. Louis 1. No scoring in the second period here either. Sundin on a power play at 9:49 of the first. Corson on a power play at 15:13 of the first. So the third is underway here in Game 1 of the Western Conference quarterfinal between St. Louis and Toronto. Sundin slapping one out to Clark. Gilmore with him. Clark shoots. That's away off the net and into the crowd. During our second intermission, Scott Oak was talking to Brett Hull.
Brett Hull, let's state the obvious and say the 1-1 tie after 2 underlines how evenly matched these teams are.
It really does, you know, and we knew before the series that it was going to come down to the goaltending, and they've been both great tonight, and
it's going to be the team that either takes a bad penalty or capitalizes on a good play.
When are Gretzky and Hull going to explode? Everybody's asking that question. Are you as concerned as everybody else is about it?
No, not really. It's you got a Toronto-St. Louis series here, and it's tight check-in. It's hard to get open for many shots, so you just have to be patient. And, you got to work defensively, and from there on, you work on your chances to score.
We haven't seen him, Harry, parked in that spot and being set up for that one-timer in the hockey game yet. He's on with Corson and Gretzky again here to start the third period. But the Blues can't get a shot on that rush. Gilmore to Allen. Clark and Sundin trying to get together. Now Gretzky is up there. Gretzky takes a return pass, gives it back again. Cardinal is pushed off the puck behind the net and into the boards in the corner. Allen falls to his knees. Gilmore with Clark. Gilmore waiting, trying to feed it by McInnes. But the veteran defenseman stopped it, and Gretzky made a play to Kravchuk. Kravchuk got it up to Leach. Leach gets set. Took a low shot. Potvin, the stick save. And again, puck cleared to center. Muller couldn't do much. Zessel in. He drives it. Pad save, Potvin. Zessel battling back of the net. Cardinal takes over, centered it. It'll come to Pronger. He doesn't get a shot. Zessel played it around for Cardinal. Out front it comes. And here's Gardner intercepting. Away with Muller. And up on the play for Leafs. Murphy trying to hit Muller, who centered it. Gagne is covered at the side of the goal. And the Blues cover up, but Gill is going to keep it in. Gill won't get a shot. Cardinal was all over him. Muller feeding it back of the net. Gagne got it out to Gill. And again, the pass intercepted. Cardinal knocked it down near center. Goes in wide of the net. Icing waved off. Beating it back of the goal again was Drake. Huddy trying to shot. Gardner gets away from him. Up with Muller, and a shot deflected off the glass high. 2.5 minutes into the third, nothing doing yet. We're still tied at 1. And Creighton blasted into the lead zone. Toronto back out just as quickly. It is Warner, and he can skate. Warner, though, doesn't find any room on the boards. Around the net is Domi. Domi tried to slice one in there. He falls. The crowd wanted a penalty. The Blues come up, 2 of them. Matteau's drive is stopped by Potvin. Domi coming out of the zone. Stopped by McTavish. McTavish has McCown to deal with. Domi gets it away to Convery. He left it to Warner. Warner trying to move in. All-star goaltending right there by Grant Fuhr. Craig McTavish is nailed by Warner. It is McInnes with a shot. That misses the net. McTavish is hurt. Limping to the bench at the far side on that Warner hit. Now she's picked up a bit again here in the third period. Toronto and St. Louis trying to get the go-ahead goal. It is Pearson playing it back in the net. Gretzky out front. Look out. The shot doesn't come. Now it rolls into the crowd. Another shot. Potvin got a piece of that. A hand pass was made. Both linesmen called the play. McTavish hurt on a hit by Warner. At the St. Louis bench, and you can tell he's in pain.
Here it is right on the map. Carling!
Hi, I'm Simon. This is Peter. Jack's working the camera.
Back! Carling Township has a population of 951 people.
Carling beer is enjoyed by many of those people.
Back! Carling Township's cold in the winter!
Carling beer is cold all year round.
This is the Carling baseball park. This is the man that cuts the grass every
12 days. That's in a 12-pack of Carling beer. Carling, a great Canadian beer. This day.
That just happens to cost less.
It can be said that coming home has a lot of things going for it. There's the familiar faces of the home team itself, the people who know your Honda inside and out. And right now, they have a little something to make coming home that much sweeter. A genuine Honda oil and filter change for only $19.95. So why open your hood to strangers? Bring it home to Honda.
In Denver, Colorado, with the Canucks leading 1-0, a controversial goal. Peter Forsberg gets it by Kirk McLean, and you could probably tell from that angle it was in. They couldn't until they went to video replay, but it counts from Foot and Claude Lemieux. 1-1 now in Colorado.
Thanks, Ron. It's still 1-1 here at Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto. Again, the crowd. Capacity, of course, trying to get the Leafs to jump it up a step and get a go-ahead goal. Well, you can tell the way these two teams are playing, one goal would be huge here. There, should get it. Back in for Sundin. Sundin shot. Fuhr save. Big rebound. Kravchuk made a nice play. Here's Gilmore getting it out. Another shot. Leafs grab it. Fuhr with a great save. Sensational goaltending by Grant Fuhr. Leafs might have been up by 2 or 3 by this time. He has been Grant Fuhr.
Yes, he has been terrific tonight. There's no doubt about that. He made 2 nice little stops here. And here's one of them on Sundin. And Sundin's going to get a bonus chance, and it's poked away. Fuhr has given rebounds, but he has recovered to stop the shots. He makes a stop here and makes another one. Coming up right here, all close-in shots. McTavish took an awful wallop right here from Warner. He almost got out of the way. He limped in pain to the bench. He hasn't been on yet, but he jumped out for a little skate and seemed to be all right.
7th shot in the game for Matt Sundin. Boy, a lot of them have been from close in. One of them was in the goal, of course. He scored the Leaf power play goal in the first. Corson replied for St. Louis. And we are 1-1. That's been the story. Gill ahead with it. Leach got it out quickly to Courtnall, and he can go. Courtnall is in. And Murphy got enough of him from behind. He couldn't catch him. Not many can. The Leafs turn it around quickly. And look at this guy speed away. Gardner got crossed up by Muller, and they nearly collided. Muller knocked down a high pass. Muller is upended. Schick allowing them to go at it now. It's right in front of the net, and Fuhr jabbed it away again. Fired back to the goal a second time. Aaron and Gardner all over each other. The puck loose, and the Blues comfortably get it out to center ice. Todd Gill took a smack at it. It's back in. Gagne in there, checked by Leach. And Leach gets away with it. Poked into the corner. Leach again. It's up to Courtnall, and Courtnall is taking his time. The Blues are changing. He knew that. Creighton dancing in. Tried the backhander, hit the side of the net. Presley shot it away. Up goes Wells. Played it back to the goal. The Leafs are going to clear it out. Down on the right side is Craig. Pass was too high for him. High over his head. He was alone behind everybody. Wells again. Not a lot of ice time for Jay Wells, but he's on there now, battling away. And the puck is backhanded by Creighton too high. One over the glass at the penalty bench. Let's take a break. Go to Ron MacLean.
Bob will pick it up in the third period at Madison Square Garden. Here's Nicholas Sundstrom. Thibault doesn't like it, but it was legit. Puck was loose. He goes and gets the goal. Put the Rangers ahead from Robitaille and Lowe, but then Vincent Damphousse, an absolute beauty from Valerie Bure. 46 seconds later, and they're tied again at MSG.